This is Minda Wilson with Urgent Care. I'm very excited to welcome my guest, Marc Mero. Marc, welcome to the show.
Minda, how are you?
I'm very good. I understand you have your pulse on what's going on with the kids today. So tell
Well,
us how you figured all this out.
Oh, Minda, I'm so blessed. This is our 11th year presenting at schools all over the country. Actually, all over the world. We went to Russia and spoke at schools in Russia. And, we just really found a connection with students. We often get over 100 messages every day from students. And the common theme is the presentation changed their life or even saved their life. But, it's a different world today. When I was in school, I never even knew anybody on medication, more or less, someone self-harming or wanting to kill themselves. And today it's hard to find a student that doesn't know someone self-harming or has taken their life through suicide.
It's just a terrible problem. And why do you think that is? Why do you think kids are more prone to do that today than they have been in the past?
Well, there's different thoughts on this as far as what people think or psychologists feel and stuff. But from what I have seen, we could talk about substance abuse, bullying at school, suicide prevention. But what I really see is a complete breakdown of the family in our country. I really see many kids are coming from single-family homes, and moms or dads are sometimes having to work two jobs, or often grandparents have stepped in to take care of kids, and it's just everything's so fast-paced now. It's like and you give an 8-year-old a cell phone, and next thing you know, they're able to have access to to violence and pornography and things that, gosh, they don't need to see that stuff, and it's such a seeing kids desensitized to violence, seeing a kid that doesn't affect them when they see someone get shot or killed or something like that.
But you might have an interesting perspective on this because you spent your part of your career as a wrestler. So before you retired and began talking to kids. So, violence in a certain way was always a part of your life when you were younger.
Well, when you talk about professional wrestling, obviously that's entertainment. We're not really beating each other up. We're not really, it's part of storylines. We're really all friends and we're just trying to put on an entertaining show. But not taking that away is, that there's violence in every aspect of what we see now on television, through media. And, but we can make a difference. And that's what I wanted to do. There's two types of people. There's people that say something needs to be done. And then there's a person that says, I want to go out there and do something. And Minda, for years I was guilty of saying, why don't they do this about this or that? And finally I just said, I want to go out there and make a difference. And that's when we started this program 11 years ago. And it's been absolutely incredible.
And what's the name of the program?
It's called Champion of Choices. And we go into middle school, high school, colleges, and just really inspire students. But, making kids realize that they're not alone in their adversity, that they matter. And, how we can really make a difference in their life, but also to make them realize that we never know what another person is going through. We don't walk in their shoes. So that person you just called names or told how ugly or stupid or worthless they are, maybe that person, had a death in the family. Maybe they're going through a medical issue that we know nothing about. You never know because words can kill.
And so when you talk to these kids, so many parents have trouble reaching out to them and they have trouble communicating with them. So what are some of the key things that you found in your communications that's allowed you to reach people when other people may not have been able to?
Minda, that is a great question. And what I found is that I share from my heart. I share my life stories. And many kids can relate to my stories. I came from a single-family home. My mom worked 2 jobs. We lived in a very poor section on the west side of Buffalo, New York. We struggled for many years. I had dreams and goals. I wanted to do something in this world. I wanted to become a professional athlete. I wrote those dreams and goals down when I was 10 years old. I fought and made it all the way up to the top. I made it to the top of the entertainment industry and professional wrestling. And but then through bad choices, and that's where I'm very honest with these students. You can talk about all the glamour and fame all you want, but when you share the detrimental effects you had on not only yourself but your family because of your bad choices, kids go, "Oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen to me," or I'm going down the same path this guy went down, and that's where it really changes. And I think my honesty and my openness has really touched a lot of kids' hearts. And sharing, even like the death of my mother, many people have seen it. It's been seen millions and millions of times through the YouTube and social media. But people don't realize until I come to their school that also I lost my little brother and sister. They both died at 21. My father died while I was holding him in my arms. I lost over 30 friends in the professional industry. Most of them died from bad choices. Most of them died from overdose.
And what turned you around? I mean, you've had these great tragedies in your life. You've lost your most intimate of friends and family. And something in you said there's got to be a better way. So what happened to you that made you reach out and sort of not take the path that other people that you knew had taken?
Well, I got to the point in my life where depression became so dark in my life where I just didn't want to be here anymore. And that's another part of my story that many students can relate to, that many kids are depressed today or have anxiety. And they can really relate to this part of my story, was that I just felt like I didn't even want to be here anymore. I wanted to end it all. And it was through my faith in God that really got me through this. And not only have I been clean for 15 years, but it's completely changed my life and wanting to give. I mean, you find joy by helping other people and never realizing that how much joy you get out of helping somebody, and especially when you get the letters from kids that say, "You changed," or "You saved my life. I was going to end my life and you saved it." And when you get letters like this, you realize that you have there was a plan and purpose for your life. And I think I became the person that I was always intended to be. But I had to get on that right path. And I often, without getting, obviously I don't talk about religion at schools because we separate church and state. But I do talk about, that there's a plan and a purpose for all our lives. And don't ever give up. You never know what's coming down the road. New love, new friendships, new purpose that you may not even know. And that's where I think it's really helped and saved a lot of kids' lives.
And then there's that value of discovering your purpose. I mean, that journey in itself can be very interesting and very rewarding, don't you think?
Absolutely. I think the journey is the most overlooked part of the destination, is that this journey has been absolutely incredible. And I don't even know, when you say there's a destination, I don't know if there is a destination, because you just want to continue this journey that I'm on of inspiring, encouraging, and empowering other people. That's where I found my joy. That's why I have a purpose every day. I can't wait to wake up. I can't wait to get to the school or the church or the corporation that I'm speaking at. And I know I'm going to make a difference in somebody's life today.
So when you talk about making a difference in someone's life, what are some of the simple things that people can do to sort of like reach out, change someone's attitude, change someone's day?
Well, the best thing is the example, your example. Let someone see you being positive. Let people see the light shine through you. Come in there with a great attitude, a smile on your face, give someone a hug, a high five. And if they don't have a smile, give them yours, make someone happy.
It's interesting because one of the things that's happening in my observation is that people are becoming removed from society. Everybody's sort of focused on their phone, especially kids, and the social connection, the social interaction, being part of something is sort of being removed from people's lives. So how do you move people towards connectedness, towards being a part of something bigger than themselves?
Well, first of all, our smartphone has outsmarted us. And you can, I fly all over the country, and as you walk through the airport, it's amazing how many people are walking while looking at their phone or texting or on their phone talking to someone, or their earbuds in there talking to someone. It's absolutely amazing how we are so connected to this device. And, I often tell kids, that there's going to be a day when you're going to finally get off your video games, or you're going to look up from your cell phone, and your parents aren't going to be there anymore. Repair broken relationships. Reach out to an old friend or family member that you used to do everything together. And now we are so inundated with worrying about how many likes we have, how many followers we have, what are people saying about us, or about, what people think about me, We are so concerned on things that don't even matter. When you leave this earth, you're not gonna care about how many followers you had on Instagram. You're gonna say, I want to see my mother, my father, my brother, my sister. I want to see my wife or my husband. You're not gonna care about all these things that didn't matter. But we are so inundated in it daily that it takes over our lives.
So when you're advising people about what to do to make small changes so their lives can be better, what are the things you're telling them that they should be doing?
Well, one of the things that I'll give you an example. One of the things that my wife and I do whenever we go to dinner with friends and stuff, she has this kind of a big pocketbook, and she says, I want everybody to put their cell phones in here. So we completely eliminate any cell phone use at all. Turn off your phones and let's just enjoy each other's company. And we have found that we have had the most fun, interesting, laughing times with people because they're not always concerned. You ever go out with someone that they're constantly looking at their cell phone to see, did someone text me? Did someone write to me? It is the most annoying thing. So making little changes like that, but for students, because I have a heartfelt story, it really makes them think about how much time they do invest into their video games or how long they're on their phone. Because I get the letters from the parents after the presentation that said, my daughter or my son came up and gave me a big hug, and I got a funny one yesterday that the little girl wrote to me. She said, or the mother wrote to me, and she said, my daughter came home from school and she said, I want to start having dinner with you and Dad, and she's being nice to her little brother. What the heck did you say? So things like that, you realize you are making a difference, but it's making people aware of our choices.
So when you talk about your story, about how you were young and sort of alone and sort of turned to drugs. What are the kids? I'm trying to find the core of what makes them say, "Oh my God, I don't want to take that path, and there is a better path for me," because I know you're incredibly inspiring. So what do you think is the example that they can makes them turn away from that? Because we need inspiration. We need role models today. Every time a role model is built up, they seem to be torn down.
Well, first of all, because I told you about that, I do speak from my heart. I also talk about I had 3 overdoses on drugs where I should have been dead. It's a miracle that I'm alive today. And we become who we surround ourselves with. Your friends are like elevators. They're either going to take you up or they're going to take you down. I tell these kids, you show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And kids really start, when they listen to me and they hear those, the detrimental effect I had on my life and my family and everything and all the losses I had, they say, I don't want that to happen to me. Because we need more kids that have quit drugs, heroin, the opiate addiction that's going across our country is absolutely incredible what's happening. And by hearing my story and hearing what happened to me, because you think that you can do this, you're young and you just have fun right now, but all of a sudden, 1 year becomes 2 and 2 becomes 10 and 10 becomes 20. And then we find full-blown addiction. And I went through that. I spent a better 10 years of my life addicted to drugs. And when I hear this story on losing it all, and then I sat under a pier on Christmas Day, 2003, no place to go, nowhere to go. I lost everybody. I lost financially. I was devastated, and I just wanted to end it all. So when you go from being rich and famous and having it all, big houses, big cars, money, everything you'd want at your fingertips, to sitting under a pier on Christmas Day. And that's what really opens a lot of kids' eyes.
Hmm. And now you have by turning it around, by serving others, you've you've created a life of, a wonderful relationship with your wife, a great family, and you brought happiness to your life. So the message
I,
is,
You want to be happy? Help someone else become happy. You want to be successful? Help someone else become successful. Giving while you're living, so you're knowing where it's going.
and that's an amazing thing. So if somebody has a child that's in trouble or looks like they're in trouble, how can they sort of reach out to you for inspiration? What do you recommend that they do?
Well, I'm all over social media. I mean, our website is thinkpos, which is POZ.org, thinkpos.org. And you can always reach me or our team through the website. And every situation is different with a student or a child, and we try to give the best advice we can.
And if you have any, if you are going through the journey yourself, or if you have a kid that's going through the journey, seek help. You recommend they seek help. You recommend they work with someone, and then they change their attitude around. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I mean, the communication is the most important thing, and like you said, that sometimes the kids don't want to deal with parents, unfortunately, and sometimes there's a counselor or a psychologist or someone that can really help them, that they can really connect with. And I tell kids, don't hold things inside. When you hold
Mm-hmm.
things inside, it's like a volcano, and sooner or later it erupts, and many times it erupts in negative behavior.
So, parents who are seeing their kids turn to negative behavior, or kids who are seeing themselves do things that they might not have been doing before, that's a big indication that you're on the wrong path, right?
Absolutely, and it's time to get a meeting. If you're in school, get a meeting with the school counselor. Talk to someone. Open up. Don't hold it inside. Talk to your parents. Talk to somebody, but don't hold it inside because, like I said, years and years start going by of holding this bitterness, this resentment, this anger, this drug addiction, these bad choices inside, and then it explodes and lives are destroyed.
So if you're feeling these bad feelings, the best thing to do is express them, and take yourself to a place where people can help and support you. That's basically what you're saying, and that
Absolutely.
and that this help and support can come from unexpected places too. Sometimes it could be a new friend. Sometimes it could be, a new activity that you get involved in. Sometimes it could be something, a church or a religious organization. There are a lot of opportunities for changing your life, and it doesn't have to be the traditional path that you might have thought of before, right?
Absolutely. And we also and we meet so many kids that are suicidal. And there's a suicide hotline that they can call and talk to someone if they don't want to talk to their parents about it or a family member. They can talk to someone anonymously on the phone to help them out.
And it just seems such a tragedy that people feel that their lives are so disconnected from the society, when really all the people around them want to have something that's of benefit to them. They want to be they people around them want to be connected with the people who they feel disconnected from. It just seems to me like there's got to be a better way. So, now when you go out and speak to schools, how do they contact you through your website? How do people reach out to you?
Yeah, the
Somebody
best way is
wants to
through our
know.
website. Like I said, thinkpos.org.
Okay, and let me ask you a different question, just taking it on a different track. When you started building this, it started out as an idea, right? You said, you didn't know that when you started talking, you didn't know that what you started to do when you set out to help people was going to change so many people's lives. Tell me sort of a little bit about how you built up your program, how it started from, that kernel of an idea to what it's become now.
Well, actually, I really believed and wanted it to be something big. Although it starts small, but you have to have a mindset of like, I aimed high in life. Failure is not aiming high and missing. Failure is aiming too low and hitting. And too many people aim too low in life. And I really aimed high. I wanted us to be the best school presentation in the country. And I developed it and worked at it. And one school, you start out and you knock on a lot of doors and nobody will have you. And then finally one school opens the doors and says, all right, we'll have you. But then all of a sudden the school goes, oh my gosh, that was incredible. And they call a neighboring school. And then you get to get in that school. And it's snowball, but it's you have to have faith in your vision. You have to have belief that you will succeed in this. And it's not easy. You're going to pass failure on the way to success, but you have to keep plugging away and don't give up because you have a few doors slammed in your face.
So it's persistence. It's believing in yourself, hard work. Because a lot of kids aspire to be entrepreneurs today. They aspire to make their mark. So what other things made for your success in your business? You honed your craft?
Absolutely. If I look at when I first started speaking to 11 years later, I'm so much more comfortable on that stage. I mean, public speaking is not easy. A lot of people that get up there to public speak and they think, oh man, I want to go up there and tell everybody my story, and they get up there and they're frozen. It's very difficult to get to excel at that. But again, it's something that you have to believe that's what your calling is. I really believe that when you have a calling in your life or you feel in your heart, this is what I'm supposed to do, man, do everything possible to keep going after that dream and goal. I'm going to be honest. There was many times that I just said, man, what am I doing? I'm working so hard. Why am I even doing this, But then there's that other side that says, don't give up, Mark. Don't give up. You really have to convince yourself over and over, those positive self-affirmations that say it's going to get better. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to make it. And that's what got me through, because there was times where when I first started that, man, it was just tough presentations, schools that didn't want to listen, kids that were unruly, and you learn how to deal with all that stuff over a period of time.
So it seems like there's a lot of correlation between a successful career and your successful career in sports, because the first day you went on the wrestling mat, you weren't professional level wrestler. You were just somebody learning how to wrestle, right?
It's like anything in life that you have a vision, a dream, a goal, and you just keep honing your craft, you keep working at it, and you get better and better, and you learn, you watch other people that have become successful. Most successful people leave a trail of success on how they got there.
That's true too. So a mentor doesn't necessarily have to be somebody you know, it can be somebody you observe.
And, not only that, I mean, we have this thing called the internet. You can go and type in anyone's name that you admire or look up to and look at how they got there. Look at all where they went to school, how they got their first job. There's so much information out there right at our fingertips.
Yeah, it's just fascinating how people can take themselves and make something of their lives, start with nothing, as you did under the bridge, on the beach, and then builds a really positive, fulfilling life for themselves. And it doesn't take a lot of resources. It just takes self-determination and persistence and a desire to make it happen. That's really...
You are absolutely correct.
So this is Minda Wilson for Urgent Care. And if somebody wants to reach out to you directly, what's the best way for them to do it?
Go to our website, Think, THINK, Pause, POZ, as in zebra, thinkpause.org. And you can always reach me through the info connect, think pause.
And Marc, thank you for coming on our show. This is Minda Wilson for
Thank you,
Urgent
Minda.
Care.
The first step towards helping someone with a hearing loss is to help them overcome denial. An important step is to stop enabling the hard of hearing person. This means stop being their ears for them, repeating what others are saying or what is spoken on television more loudly for them. The longer someone with hearing loss is able to depend on another person for communication, the longer it can take them to come out of denial and seek medical help. Seniors in particular tend to passively accept their hearing loss as a natural part of aging. Be supportive and offer to help them find simple, affordable, and yes, even cool solutions and lots of great information from Clear Sounds. Visit www.clearsounds.com to learn more. Use coupon code RADIO at checkout and we'll take 20% off your order, and every order is only $3.95 to ship. That's clearsounds.com, CLEARSOUNDS.com.
You go to the doctor and get a diagnosis you didn't expect and you don't understand. If you're like so many of us, your first move is to search the internet for information on your condition. Wouldn't it be great if you could get real information? That's where MedAdvisor comes in, a completely free website that delivers the most up-to-date information from doctors, hospitals, researchers, and clinical trials worldwide. MedAdvisor is free, private, and personalized information about your specific medical condition. It's literally as simple as going to medivizor.com and signing up for free. MedAdvisor is free, easy to use, and saves you hours searching for information you can't find on your own. MedAdvisor is a private, personalized, and HIPAA-compliant resource. MedAdvisor, improving the lives of people with serious or chronic medical conditions and those who care for them. Your personalized medical information is a simple click away at medivizor.com. medivizor.com.
Hi, I'm J.K. Simmons. We all know that a good education is a stepping stone to a great career. But what kind of education do you think the men and women in our armed forces are getting? The truth is, it's an outstanding one. In the military, they gain a unique set of skills in areas like technology, engineering, planning, and communications. But more importantly, as soldiers, they develop a set of values they will carry with them for the rest of their lives, like discipline, courage, and leadership. Our veterans can provide tremendous value to the businesses that hire them. And helping a veteran find meaningful work is one of the greatest ways that you can thank them for the service they provided to our country, protecting us and our freedoms. So on behalf of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, I want to urge employers and businesses everywhere to hire smart and bet on a vet. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE or visit saluteheroes.org on the web. Thank you.